Alright guys, today I'm at Fellsmere Grade Recreational Area. This is a cool area in the fact that it's been like 10 years in the making. It's 10,000 acres of pristine bass fishing waters right next to the famous Stick Marsh Farm 13. If you all know what that was, back in the heyday, more 10-pound plus bass came out of this area than about anywhere. Fantastic fishery. Hurricanes and freezes have kind of hurt the Stick Marsh Farm 13, although it has come back. So that was 6,500 acres. So right next door, the Fellsmere Grade, this thing is phenomenal. It's 10,000 acres. I'm at the north end, and I'm going to be taking my bike and riding the levee down to the south end, which is 9 miles. So this is a huge body of water. And what they've done with this is an area that they keep the water from flowing into the Indian River Lagoon. They say maybe once in 10 years, once in 100 years will they ever have to discharge any water into the lagoon. So it's almost never going to happen down the C-54 canal. It's going to flow naturally up the St. Johns River. So this is basically the headwaters, the beginning of the St. Johns River. And 10,000 acres is a huge body of water. But what they did with this versus the Stick Marsh, they took 3,500 acres of this and enhanced it. They dug out channels and creeks, and they got big lake areas, I think up to 30 feet deep. So if a hurricane does come, everything has a place to go. They also put islands in there. They landscaped the, these islands with native plants and made nesting area for birds. And they've also stocked it so far with over 1 million fish. So it's a lot of fish, guys. And it is a fantastic area. Right now, it is only accessible by kayak, or you can fish from shore, or paddleboard or canoe. Boats won't be allowed in until they build a ramp. That ramp may be, I don't know, a year, maybe longer, I don't know, before they get a ramp in there. But until there, now, it is accessible by that. The thing is, it's so vast. I mean, from one end to the other is 9 miles. Very hard to cover it. The enhanced area that I really want to check out is like 5 miles away. So I'm checking out my bike. If anything, possibly hook up a trailer to my bike to the paddleboard. It's light enough. I should be able to pull it 5 miles down the levee and then launch at what I think is a more favorable area. So it's cool. It really is. It is going to be the premier bass spot. It's all catch and release, so you can't keep any bass. So you take a photo of it real quick, get it right back in the water, and like I say, you'll know a lot more about it by the time this video is done. Okay guys, now I think I'm at the halfway point. From the looks of the tree lines from the north and south, this looks pretty much halfway. What's cool about this area right now, this is the Stick Marsh Farm 13. You guys that fish this area would recognize this. Now if you look on the other side, this is the north end of the Fellsmere Water Management Area, and you see it's just vast open water. And what I've seen going all over this, it's flat, so it's very shallow. I'd say really no chance for a Hobie or any kind of pedal drive in that area. Just you're not going to make it. You have to use the paddle to get through there. But now we come to the area. This area here to the south is the beginning of the area that they enhanced. And if I had to name it, I call it Enchanted Forest, because it's crazy, man. I got some tree lines, you got bush. So if it's a windy day like today, I got a little bit something to hide in. Also, it has a bunch of channels and creeks and all kinds of zigzag, whatever they made, deep water areas that they made in here. So it's going to be a really cool area. If you look over here, and this whole area here goes down for a mile or two, is just totally enhanced. They created islands, channels. There's some deep water holes, 30-foot holes in here. that they dredged out, and it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'd much rather be fishing in there than I would be out in the open, especially on a day like today. But here's an area too that you actually can fish from land. You got some areas where you can actually get a lure in without fear of getting eaten by an alligator. The other areas I would not do it anywhere to the north. So I'm gonna go over here, throw a plug, and see if I can pull up a bass or two. Then I'm gonna continue south. Gonna go to the end of the Farm 13 Stick Marsh area, and we're gonna check out that area also. This is cool. Believe it or not, somewhere in this is a bass. Hey buddy, whoa. Whoa. Oh. Got him on the PT7, little largemouth. Woo! Yeah, crazy little bait Mark Nichols came out with. Kind of bury that hook in there. You can walk the dog through anything out here, and instead of using a frog, hookup ratio a lot better. Woohoo! First bass. All right, guys, to the right of me, this is the southern eastmost point of the Stick Marsh Farm 13. You guys might recognize it, any of you guys that fish it. A lot of you fish this area when the water flows. It's insane bass fishing. The other side, we got the Fellsmere area. And if you look at it, you see the difference. Here you see a lot of land, but there's cuts, channels, and creeks and lakes and everything back in here that they dug out. So that makes it really cool. It's windy today. You could be back in there fishing, and at least you have a lot easier time with the wind than you would out here in the Stick Marsh. It's wide open over there, boys. It's wide open, except for those tree stumps that'll definitely take care of your lower unit. Now, I was going to go all the way to the end, but man, if you look down this road, it's like 4 more miles of this preserve. I mean, it's huge. If you can look in that far, far distance, you see that tree line? That's the end of it. So, man, I'm just past the halfway point. Well, I came out here to Fellsmere to see what they did. You know, you think about it, for centuries we have basically destroyed wetlands, just taken them away, and with hardly any thought to animals, to fish habitat, bird habitat. So it is so good, refreshing to see this. 10,000 acres, and this here, what you see here, was farmland. This was farmland. So now look at it, it's pristine wetlands for birds, animals, alligators, largemouth bass. I tell you what, it's amazing. I'm so glad to see this. And also it does help control dumping of water into the our estuaries. You know, the natural flow is going north up the St. Johns River instead of over there in the Indian River Lagoon over here in Sebastian. So it's a step in the right direction. I can't wait to get the board out here and fish some of these spots. I mean, it's going to take me years. It'll take me years to figure this all out. It's huge. Guys, hopefully in the next video I have of this area, I will be fishing and hopefully catching some bass. So until next time, this is Pete Hink. We'll see you later.